Hey, seventh grade, I wanted to create a video for you to walk you through the Schoology assignments and just some tips about navigating. So, the first thing you'll notice when you come to our science course page is an update from me. So, today's date, 4/27/20. Click the like button to be marked present for attendance. A few students had asked for this as a way to do attendance when we had a Google Meet. So that's why I've been posting this each day. See, 11 people have checked in here for period 5, 4 people for period 3. So go ahead whenever you log in, click that like button. On the right side here, I want to talk about your assignments. So you will see upcoming assignments for the current week. This week, week 5, we've got assignment 1, cell energy, assignment 2, the cell cycle. And then your cell model project is due on Sunday, so that's popping up here. There have been a few questions on the cell model project. You do need to turn in either your physical 3D model or a conceptual model drawing. Either is fine. They can be turned in digitally on Schoology with pictures, or if you prefer, you can always drop that off at school, whatever works best for you. With that model, you do also need to turn in the sheet that has the parts table where you're telling what the part is and then Y or N, yes or no, does that cell have that type of organelle or part? What's its function and how did you show it on your model? So I can go into more detail on that project on an individual basis if there are questions. What we'll do now, if you click on the left side here, we have the materials tab. After materials, we're going to go into units. And right now you guys can see microorganisms and cells. The others you cannot see. Next week you'll see heredity and evolution as we move into that unit. For now we're going to be on cells. And here we start with a discussion board. A few people have used this. This is a spot for you to ask questions. Reach out to me or classmates if there's things that you need to know about, want to ask about, and just a little bit of an overview about when I'm available to help, and some reminders on attendance that you should be checking in a minimum of 3 times each week, and some of the things that count as attendance. So read over that. Back to the cells folder, we have, after the discussion board, cells unit learning targets and vocab. This is something we've used in class where we are looking at our learning targets. There's 3 specific ones for this unit and our vocabulary. So some of the most important words for you to know and understand. Okay. Back to our cells folder. Here is our audio textbook. So a lot of you have used this in class when I've assigned reading from the textbook. You can click in here and find those files to listen. Another thing I've added that some people have been using is the student edition textbook. What's different about it is that it has all of the mini books that we use, the little module books that we use in one big textbook. So the pages don't quite line up. A few people have emailed me, and I've been trying to mark in the assignments where you can find the reading, because it is a little bit different than the audio textbook, which aligns with our smaller books. Okay, so just be aware of that. I've been receiving assignment submissions for week 3 and week 4. Today I'm going to focus on what's new, which is week 5. So I'm going to click in here. Before I do that, if you still have work from week 3 and 4, it's not too late. Get those things done and turned in. There's still plenty of time. So for week 5, this week, your first assignment is on cell energy. So our learning target is that I can recognize that cells carry out life functions. So first thing you'll do is read or listen to chapter 2, section 2, Cell Energy. So you can use that audio textbook and or the student edition textbook PDF. All right, and that can be found on page 120 of 912. So I'm going to quick show you where to find that. Okay, back to week 5. Oops, actually I have to go back to cells. Here's the student edition. It does take a little while to load. So on the top left, you can see there's 912 pages. So if I type in page 120, this is where the cell in action is. So it's telling me chapter 4, section 2. So that's where the disconnect is. But if I go here, page, whoop, went too far. Page 126 is where cell energy can be found. So I'm going to actually go back and correct that. I made a mistake. Right, so on page 126 is where you'll be able to find that first piece for your reading for cell energy. I'm going to edit this to say page 126 of that document. Okay. After you've read, that's step 1. Step 2 is to write a paragraph that describes and summarizes how photosynthesis and cellular respiration are related. So to create, so step 3, to create your response, over here, you can see people are starting to turn things in. You'll click that gray button, submit assignment. Then instead of upload, you'll click create, and it'll give you a spot to type in your response, describe and summarize for me, and then submit your work there. Okay. Back to week 5. I did include the second piece here as a link to an Amoeba Sisters video that walks through that cell energy piece. So you may want to actually watch this video before turning in this assignment. It might help with your summary and how you describe that relationship between photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Okay. Assignment 2 here is the cell cycle. Here our learning target is I can describe that cells repeatedly divide for growth and repair. Those are the 2 main reasons that our cells divide. So step 1, read and listen to chapter 2, section 3, the cell cycle. So you can use that audio textbook. That one should be lined up perfect. Chapter 2, section 3, the cell cycle. Or the student edition should be on page 130 of 912. Let's double check that, since the last one I did was incorrect. So we'll go to that student edition once more. And we'll type in page 130. Awesome, this one's correct. So the cell cycle reading can be found here. If you type in 130 of 912, it'll take you right to it. Okay. Back to assignment 2. After you read and or listen to that section from the textbook, your job is, for step 2, to complete this assignment by watching and answering the questions for the Edpuzzle assignment, Edpuzzle mitosis. This is in the week 5 folder. So there's nothing to submit on this specific page for the assignment. How you'll complete and show me you've learned from this reading is going back to week 5 and completing this Edpuzzle. Okay. For you guys, it'll pop up that video. You'll have questions along the way and show me your understanding that way. Right, then the last thing I've shared with you for this week is another Amoeba Sisters video on the cell cycle. This is something else just to help you with that understanding for assignment 2. Okay. The only other thing I can think of is if I go back to that cells folder, in week 4, you do have that assignment, the cell project. These are due on Sunday the 3rd. So here are the directions. Here's the spot to turn it in if you're turning it in digitally. Reach out to me with questions on that. Otherwise, that is my quick overview. I hope you guys found this to be helpful. I'm thinking about doing one for the next few weeks since we are continuing distance learning. Just want to make things as efficient and easy for you guys as I can since we can't be in person. But always feel free to reach out. Use this discussion board. You can message me up here, click on those messages, send me a message on Schoology or through your school Gmail account. Okay, I'm here to help. Let me know what I can do to be of service for you guys and keep up the good work. Thank you.